What it do, YouTube? You're tuning in with KrissyRae
and Michele Henix,
and we back with another one. This time we got another hot topic. No Wendy Williams. I don't know, it just comes out. So today we're talking about, first topic, would you allow your man, or would you date a guy who had a female best friend? You go first, because you more experienced with this.
Okay, yes I would, but this girl better be my friend too. We all best friends.
But how do you, I mean, I know like generally you're good at reading people, but how do you know like you can trust her?
Because I'm just good at reading people pretty much. So, like, okay, like this, like, all right, so I have two very close friends that have survived my breakups with the guys. I have two best friends that I'm friends with because of the guy. Like, so I'm gonna just say their names, Danielle and Chi Chi. I both met them through exes because they were my ex's best friends. And I'm like, I need to know who these girls are because, you know, any girl who'll be on the phone with my man, I need to know her.
On the phone though, like,
or texting. I don't know if Chi Chi was ever on the phone. They had more like a group text situation going on.
Okay.
But she was the girl in their group.
Right.
You know, so I needed to know who she was. And first of all, if your dude is not okay with introducing you into this girl, then that's it right there. That's a sign right there. But both dudes had no problem with that. Both dudes actually encouraged me to be friends with these girls.
But they do that though.
But this is how I knew that they were genuinely just friends. Because they started snitching on the dudes for me. Like, to me. Like over
But did you ever think that they were like trying to get you out the picture type snitching, or you always thought it was like they holding you down?
It was definitely like a holding me down situation.
Well, I know them, so I know they was holding her down. But like for me, I would probably think like
that they're just trying to like block.
Yeah, you trying to block. Like you
well,
want me
okay,
out the
I guess how I was able to tell the difference was their friendships with the dude started to become estranged, and they started becoming closer to me.
You. Yeah.
And they stopped talking to the dude as much. They stopped hanging out with the dude. And they were always like, "What you doing this weekend, girl?" Like,
right.
And then pretty much my relationship naturally ran its course with the person, and me and the person would break up, and they would still be like with me and wouldn't be with my ex.
That makes sense.
So
I don't think I've ever really messed with a dude who had a girl best friend. I'm good at reading people too, so I'd probably be in the same situation, but those thoughts would run through my head. Like if they were to come to me snitching, I would feel like, okay, so are you snitching because you rock with me, or are you snitching because you trying to get me out the picture? And how often are you chilling? I don't know, like no phone calls. Like I'm sorry, but you're not gonna be on the phone, at least not past dinner time.
Okay, well, when I was in high school, the dude that was friends with Danielle didn't have a cell phone, so they had to be on the phone. We were in high school. We were in 9th grade. Everyone didn't have a cell phone then.
I think I had a cell phone.
I definitely had a cell phone.
I think I had a cell phone 3 minutes after 9, but I was texting, and this is when you had to do the ABC.
Anyway, I might have had other dudes I talked to that had female best friends, but I didn't like the dude enough to even find out if they had a female best friend.
I never did, and I would have felt some type of way. I definitely would have felt some type of way. I would have had to feel it out. I wouldn't have automatically been like, no. I would have like taken the chance and get to know the girl and see. But definitely, like she said, if they don't want you to meet the girl, then that's it right there. You already know what it is. That means that they've slept together, kissed, something. So
yeah, or that's his other shawty.
Yeah, exactly.
Period. That's his other girl.
Would you say a dude wanted to date? Do you have a dude best friend?
Yes.
So if you start talking to a dude and he felt uncomfortable, like, and you really liked him, how would you go about it?
And he didn't want you to like, then you're not the dude for me, because I feel like at the end of the day, when you're in a relationship, you should have trust
and security.
So no matter who I'm friends with, you should trust me, because I don't need to cheat on you with one of my friends. I can cheat on you with a stranger. I could cheat on you with another guy. So it doesn't matter if he's my friend or not.
Exactly.
If I'm a cheat, I'm gonna cheat.
I don't really have many guy friends. Like, well, the biggest reason I don't have a lot of guy friends is because I left the place where I grew up when I was 21. I'm 27 now. So a lot of those dudes that I used to kick it with and be friends with, like, we barely ever talk. Because, I don't know, you just don't.
And then naturally over time, you know, people fall into their own.
There's a couple dudes that I still like talk to and are friends with, and well, I'll FaceTime with them randomly, but we only talk like maybe 5 times a month at the most. So I just personally don't have that many guy friends. Yeah.
I don't know. I have some guy friends. And I do feel like, okay, so rolling into our next question. Can you be friends with the opposite sex? Now, I want to say yes. I will say it is very hard.
It is, because there has to be boundaries to that friendship, because once lines start to blur, shit gets real fast. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel like, all right, so I'm not going to count like dudes I meet through my dude.
Right.
You know, like, okay, because you meet your boyfriend's friends, and of course those are your friends, but they're not really your friends. And you don't really talk to them or whatever. But every guy friend I've ever had stayed in their lane for the most part. But there would be times that they would, like, try me, and I would be like, no. And then they would dead it. They'd be like, all right, well, I tried. And
that's shady. And then do you tell your dude?
Well, I didn't have a dude when those things happened. So. But
the friend that you were, like, talking to, dealing with, even if y'all weren't exclusive, would you tell him that, hey, your homeboy made a pass at me?
No, that's not my business. I mean, that's not their business. I feel like there's so much subliminal flirting that goes on in the world, and that everything doesn't need to be reported. Like, if I hit on a dude and it didn't go past that, like say like we see each other at work, you know what I'm saying? I see him all the time at work, but I hit on him and he's like, no, he doesn't. What does he need to tell his girlfriend for? I just feel like,
right, yeah, that's true.
That's just crazy.
Because that's just because if you come to me and you're my man or my little boo or whatever, and you're like, yeah, so this girl, she did this, at that point you're just trying to create jealousy in a situation that doesn't need that. You're literally just creating conflict at that point.
Exactly.
Unnecessary conflict. But I personally would, like, I'd probably give it a chance if my dude had a female friend, and just, you know, wait out, see what it is.
Now I will say, okay, no new friends.
No new friends.
Existing friends.
Yeah, definitely.
No new friends. I mean, the only way I can, like, allow my dude to have a new female friend is if they work together. You know, like, say she just got hired, you know, he's been working there, say he's been working there for, like, you know, 2-3 years or whatever, and
yeah,
then
but y'all shouldn't become friends to the point where it's like y'all are texting, talking on the phone, because you were with me before that. Like, that doesn't even need to be a new relationship that you establish, because
but I feel like
you need.
No, I feel like, okay, because when you're working with somebody, you're not going out of your way to be friends with them. And being friends with your coworkers outside of work just makes work a lot easier. It makes time go by. So I don't mind But usually work stuff is like group stuff. Like, you don't just go out after work with one dude or one female. You go out with, in my experience, I always went out with, like, a group of my coworkers. I agree, but I guess also too, I've gone out with just one coworker before after work. Like, sometimes people just aren't down to go but one person, and then you're just like, all right, you know, I guess us two will just go. And I don't think, maybe too, because I don't think about just cheating, or, you know, I don't know. Also, I just don't be thinking that hard.
So like, if your man say this new girl comes and starts working, and after work everybody's like, oh, let's go get a drink, and she's the only one that wants to go, you'll be okay if he goes and gets a drink with her after work?
Yes. You want to know why I'm gonna say yes? Because I'm not gonna ask anyone I'm dating to do something that I wouldn't do. You know, like, I'm not gonna say don't hang out with a female coworker, because I'm gonna hang out with guy coworkers. First of all, I'm in the Army. I have mostly guy coworkers. Like, so no matter who I'm going out to eat with after work or during lunch break, it's gonna be a man. I'm literally the only, every other female I work with, I outrank, and I'm actually not allowed to hang out with them. So I have to hang out with a man. And I get, for my man, his situation probably isn't gonna be like that. But if I'm in a relationship and I have to act different or, like, walk on eggshells, then that's not a relationship I want to be in.
Now that I think about it, I did go out with a male coworker before one time. Like, it was supposed to be a lot of us, but it was just us two. But I absolutely had no, like, attraction to him.
See? And sometimes that happens. Like, the plan is for everybody to go out, and then only 2 people at the end of the day are still down. And it's like, I'm not about to go home and have a boring life just because my dude don't want me to go out with a coworker.
Yeah. I'm gonna say, like, I'm not gonna, like, forbid it or be like, you know, nigga, no, or anything, but I'm be like, you know, like, I need to know where you're at and who you're with. Like, don't try to hide it.
Yeah, I feel like it just shouldn't be lied about.
She told me she went to the show last night and she saw you there all hugged up with some giraffe. Now tell me who she was.
And not that I need to know your every move, but if like, say like, you know, you go home and we're on the phone and I'm like, hey, how was your day at work? Like, what did you do today? And you're like, oh yeah, work was good. And then after work, like, I want you to say like, after work, me and such, Ashley, Shelby, whatever, went to go grab a drink. Like, and I'll be like, oh, okay.
Right, like just be open. Because if you try to hide it, then I'm gonna think, okay, you're attracted to this girl. Because if I find out that you went somewhere, you didn't tell me, you kept it from me.
Because God forbid you take me to a holiday party at your job and then the girl's like, oh, remember that time we went drinking?
Right, because I'm
like, what time did y'all
you
go
gonna
drinking?
get the look. Because then you're embarrassed at that point, kind of, because you're like, you gotta really act like you knew, like, haha. And then you pull him to the corner, like, when?
Exactly.
And you didn't tell me? Why? Why didn't you tell me?
Yeah. I'll definitely say I don't want whoever I'm dating to act different.
I feel like just at open and honesty. As long as you're open and honest about who you're hanging with and where you're at, what you're doing, like, don't be at no other chick house.
Yeah,
by yourself watching a movie.
Yeah, for real.
No,
that's
if y'all go to a nice little bar or whatever, get a drink, and then you come home to me or go to your house, whatever, that's cool. But let me know, hey, I'm going to get a drink with Chantel.
Yeah, I feel like that's appropriate. At a public place, like, you know,
public place,
and not pre-planned. Don't be like pre-planning.
Yeah, because then it's a date.
Yeah, to only hang out with just that one female coworker. Like,
this has to be something that just after work, it was like a hard day, like,
or you invite the people from the office, like, hey, whoever wants to come, and if only one girl is like, oh, I want to come, then it's like, okay, y'all can still go. But don't be like on a Tuesday, like, yeah, girl, Friday after work, like, we gonna go
get your none of that, because once you plan something, it is considered a date to me. Yeah, and I'm the only person that you're dating. I think that you just got to be honest and real about what your intentions are in a relationship with the person you're with, and they have to be honest about their intentions with whoever they're dealing with outside that's of the opposite sex.
Okay, so then rolling into that, can you be friends with an ex?
I'm not friends with my exes. Wait, no, I don't talk to any of my exes, and I only consider like 3 people to be my exes because I dated them for a substantial amount of time, and one of them I dated in high school, so I don't even feel like high school relationships, I guess they're your exes, but when you're 27, it doesn't feel like that was a real relationship.
Yeah, those don't exist anymore.
I only had 2 relationships in my 20s.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but every person I dated is not really an ex of mine either. I don't count I don't count every relationship, but
substantial amount of time you are an ex. If we dated for a couple months, like, or
feelings, like whatever y'all went through.
Yeah, that
you know. But yeah, if it's a high school or even like, I mean, I just got out of college, but even some college situations I was in, I don't count them.
Situationships are not relationships. They are just that. Like, that was like somebody you were dealing with for a brief amount of time. I only had 2 relationships, and I'm not friends with my exes.
Okay, so
not that I couldn't be.
So I don't have, I don't have beef with any of my exes. None of them. Any guy I've ever dated, there is no beef. You can hit me up at any time. I will respond. But friends,
no.
Nah. Like, I'm not going to be out here like...
Because at one point, you were just on a different kind of level. So to try to be friends and bring it to...
Yeah, that's not gonna happen. One person's gonna get their feelings hurt.
Yep.
And it ain't gonna be me. Okay.
Yeah.
No, I feel like you can't be friends with an ex. There's definitely no beef. Anybody that hit me up?
See, I had beef immediately after one of my relationships, and then after we tried to be cool again, and he ended up getting his feelings hurt. So.
This is how I know if I even count you as an ex. If we break up or stop dating, and then you hit me up like 3 months later and you're like, oh, well, this is what happened, and I don't remember why we even stopped talking,
then you're not an
ex.
You're not an ex.
You're not even a factor. I'm like, you're just a dude I talked to at one point, and I don't even remember how we stopped talking because it doesn't matter to me.
Exactly. I agree.
We could definitely be friends.
Not every dude or person you deal with is an ex. You have to remember that too.
True. It was something you was trying out.
It was a fling.
And it just didn't work.
It's a situationship, little lust, whatever. If you was in love or considered yourself to be in love, that's an ex.
Yeah, if it stung a little bit here when it ended.
But you know what? I think I have a problem. Because I don't be really hurt.
No, not me either. Most of the dudes I've talked to, they'll hit me up and go, are you still mad at me? And I'm like, mad at you?
For what?
What? I don't even remember why we stopped talking. I don't remember when we stopped talking, let alone what we stopped talking.
Like, I be hurt in the sense that it's like, you know, well, I don't actually don't be hurt. I don't be hurt. I don't be like crying. Like in high school, middle school, my little boyfriends back then, I'd be, you know, listening to Neo, So Sick of Love songs. Laying in my bed crying, my little iPod on the little iHome. But now it's like, okay, once you really like start going through the strains of a relationship, by the time you break up, you pretty much over it. And maybe that just means I wasn't in love.
I'm not gonna lie. I've always been a savage. I've always been Team Rihanna, so I've always been a savage. I'm just not like emotionally attached to people. And if we
do you think it's because of our generation, or you think it's just because of who we are? Which is weird, because I think it's who we are. I'm not so into horoscopes, but I do think the Sag in me is the savage in me.
Yeah, I'm a Pisces, and Pisces
y'all
are
supposed
indecisive.
to be. Yeah, and
we're really hot and really cold, and that is definitely me.
And I'm a free spirit, truly.
So don't date us, is what we're saying.
we're waving the red flag in front of your face. Thank y'all for tuning in. Don't forget to leave your thoughts below. Let us know, would you date a guy with a female best friend? And
can you be friends with the opposite sex? And
can you be friends with your ex? Let us know in the comments. Make sure you follow her on Instagram.
Don't worry, I'll put it on the screen.
It's all gonna be right here.
It's all gonna be right there.
Yes, it's too much talking.
Just comment and give thumbs up and subscribe.
I'm done.